Hey guys, it is day 7. We just left Poplar Stamp campsites and we're heading on. Our goal is to get to cheese factory campsites, but we'll see because it's a big day and we just had a big day yesterday. I want to start by talking about go back and talk about Justice Creek. It's been a few days. We went from Justice Creek to Lance Creek. Justice Creek was great. It was, fantastic. We had a little bit of trouble with our bear bags, and in the morning we left pretty late, later than we wanted to, but everything was fine. And then we had a big day to Lance Creek, and the really cool part was we had our first trail magic on that day from Sacagawea and Doc, who did the trail last year. So a big thank you to them. We are still feeling awesome that we got that trail magic, and just so grateful. And so anyway, so then we got to Lance Creek and it was packed. And the creek was great water source, but there were only 6 actual campsites, and it went all the way up a cliff. So it was really very tight. There were bear cables, which is nice. Just a few though, enough for 4 campsites. But we did end up camping, and I want to say at least 20 people camped there, but really there was only enough room for about 4 or 5. So we really packed it in, and we went all the way up the side of the mountain, and it was a pretty steep drop right down from where we were camping on the side of the mountain. And I didn't feel very comfortable camping there, but that was what it was. And there was a really bad storm that night. It was windy, it was pounding down on the tent, so little bit nervous on that night, but we made it through, and everything was really good. Then we got packed up the next morning and left. So after Lance Creek, we went to Neal Gap, and that was it wasn't a big day so much as it was a difficult day. We had a few mountains to climb, and we had Blood Mountain in that day, which I will say Blood Mountain on the way up was nothing, and I was like, oh, this is Blood Mountain? It was nothing on the way up. Sassafras was way harder of an up than Blood Mountain, and we've hit 1 or 2 others after Blood Mountain that were a lot more difficult on the way up. But I will say the coming down from Blood Mountain was, that was difficult. I was very disheartened by the time we got down. I will say also, coming down from Blood Mountain, it's not marked very well. We got lost about 3 times. Well, not so much lost as just didn't know which way to go. So we didn't go too far out of our way. One time we did though. We were coming down and went all the way down these rock slabs, and it was very difficult to go down that way. Got to a sign that said, hey, you're going the wrong way. The AT is back that way, look for the white blaze. And so we had to turn around and go back up those rock slabs, and it was steep. And that's after we had already had a really long day. So, and then the down climb from Blood Mountain was very long, very long, and just not very well labeled. So just keep your eye out for those white blazes and make sure you're going the right way, because it's not easy. But then we got into Neal Gap, and it was really nice. We had a little bit of a break there. I can't complain. Mountain Crossings has most things that you would need. Lucky thing for us, we found duct tape in the hiker box, so whoever left that duct tape, thank you, because we and a bunch of other hikers used it and stocked up on the duct tape again. So that is fantastic. We got our first resupply. very excited about that. It was awesome to open that up on the picnic table and just kind of, you know, spread it all out and get our food and all that. And it was a beautiful little spot that we sat on, like with a nice view overlooking the mountains. And so we got all our stuff together, you know, bought a few things at mountain crossings. Not too much, we didn't really need much, and we didn't drop anything off either. Most of what we had we've needed, and I think we're gonna continue on with that as well. So then after that we pushed on, and we stayed at another little camping spot, and now I'm forgetting the name of it. Okay, so it was Bull Gap. We stopped at Bull Gap, and that was like a really cute little camping spot. There was plenty of room to spread out. It was flat. It didn't rain that night, so we were able to like really air out a lot of our stuff. Yeah, there was a water source. No complaints about Bull Gap. I'd recommend staying there. Although my favorite spot so far is Hawk Mountain campsites. Definitely stay there. It is just fabulous. Bear bins, everything. But yeah, so Bull Gap was good. We stayed there for the night, and kind of just working the kinks out of our you know, tent and gear and packing style and camping style and stuff like that. But we've been making some pretty good miles, and I think both Risha and I feel good about our bodies and physical. We've had minor physical ailments. I have a blister that is kind of lagging, but you know what? So I've been trying to work out that blister. It's not really going away. I've been putting duct tape on it, and then it goes down, and then one day, you know, I didn't put duct tape on it, and then it got bigger again, and then put duct tape on it again, and then it went down, and same kind of going around in circles. So it's there. It's not really causing me too much pain. It hasn't popped. I want it to go down on its own so my skin doesn't become infected or become too tender or anything. So I'll take it as not too much pain. And the only other ailment I've had is just some cuts on my hips from my pack. The rubbing on my hips that's been probably my most painful thing so far. And yeah, but nothing to stop us. So that's the update. We're headed to Cheesecake Factory. No, not in Milwaukee. And yeah, so that's the plan. Moving on. See you guys later.